Woohoo! Woohoo! Hi, everyone. Ah, that's better. I'm vibing on this playlist today. Jamethia's here. Good morning. And good morning, Beatrice. Hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited now. Happy Monday. I'm going to put the playlist in the chat. But for class, you can really listen to whatever you want. You don't have to vibe on what I'm vibing on. Oh, wow, that is not what I was meant to put. Hold on, let me try again. Copy link, not embed code. Wow. Oh, yes, Jamethia, it's pretty rad, huh? It's like not as intense as Zoom. I feel like on Zoom, you kind of have to be like on as a student, you know, but this way it's just a little more low key. Oh, cool, Shayla. Awesome. This is just a mixture of like, it's like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and real life friends. Also, good morning, Stephanie Sikora. Good morning, Kate B. Damn, y'all, my lats are looking like really strong right now. Whoa. That was pretty intense. If anybody needs a bodyguard, just call me. I'm there, and I'll just stuff whoever hurts you right here in my armpit, and I'll crush their head. So here's what we're doing today. Other than me just rambling. Oh, what's up, Tess from England? I'm also logging into my Patreon comments. Yeah, so it's nighttime in England, huh? Yes, I love that. Some of us are in the future. So I really like this playlist. It's like a mix of like Luscious Jackson, got it. SZA, Fiona Apple, 90s throwbacks. It's gonna be good. Hey, Shayla. Also, this is why I love you, Melissa. True story. So today we're going to do an intro to power moves, and we're going to do more hip opening through flexion and extension. So what does that look like and what does that all mean? So I'm planning on going more into some power moves, just moving forwards. I know I've been doing this Monday as back to basics, and the other day I was thinking like, we've been doing that for like basically a year now. And I was thinking of maybe transforming this Monday morning class into a power class. I don't know. Y'all, it's really like, I want to hear your feedback about it. We don't have to have thoughts about it right now. We can just get into it and do some movement and yoga together. But do know if you're more of a beginner and some things feel more challenging today, they're meant to be challenging to you. So no, you can always, you can skip, you can omit, you can modify, and I'll try to offer up as many modifications as we go. And hello, Annalisa Presta. And hello, Beatrice's mom. So for class, I'm going to use 2 blocks today, but if you don't have 2 blocks, it's okay. But if you've been that person that's on the fence about buying blocks, just let's get them, because when you grab equipment like this, you're really investing in yourself. And being here in class was like the first step, right? Hi, Angela. Good morning. Awesome. We've got like 21 people in here. I love it. All right. So let's get rolling. We're going to start on our backs, and we're going to use one of these blocks in a supported back bend. So supported bridge pose. Let me move my poof, my teaching poof. So I'm going to have you put it like right here across your back. Again, if you don't have a block to work with, you could always use a body pillow or something to give you a little lift. I'm also going to start at the top of my playlist right now. Bam. Oh man, yeah, even further into the future. So glad we're all here together. All right, so you're laying down on your back. Here's how I like to get into it. Easy peasy, lift, place, settle on top. Bam, you're there like magic. So this can be your super duper happy place. Or if you're like, Tracy, I kind of want to like open up my knees, or I want to walk my feet wide and put my knees together, or even walk your legs out long. I want you to decide what feels the best for your body. Yeah? Because I'm just here offering like a frame for class, and you get to fill in all the blanks. Yeah? So once you're in that position and you're feeling pretty good, let's just start off with some breath. Yeah, because breathing is as much a part of this process as is the shape making, right? And our breath actually has the power to assist us in becoming more flexible, more mobile, and stronger, which to me, because this is a physical asana practice, those are probably a part of your goals for being here. Big breath in. And even bigger exhale out. Yeah, just like that. Keep going. Breaths in. And breaths out. Now, I fully encourage you, if you need to make a little bit of noise as you exhale. So you can ha, or you can or if you need to even and literally scream. I'm just kidding. But for real, no shame if you literally need to scream. 2 more just like that, folks. Oh, we're getting all this nice hip extension to start. I'm so into it. Now, if you haven't already, let's walk your legs out nice and long. And I want you to do a little butt cheek test. Let's squeeze your buns as hard as you can into the block, and then relax your butt. Yeah, let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze your butt, almost like you're trying to crack a little chestnut between those cheeks, and then release. So nice. Last one. Squeeze, 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 and release. Now invite your right knee in towards your chest. Come here, leg. Maybe you're able to grab the back of the leg. Maybe you're able to grab the front of the leg. But if this left leg ends up floating when you do this, bring the left leg back into a bend for me. Now pull the right knee in a little bit closer. And then get a little movement. Take the leg from side to side. And you're just getting a little lubrication into that hip socket, yeah? Now let's switch sides. So right leg goes away, left leg comes in. Again, if the leg was straight, then you're re-extending it straight, same thing, yeah? And know that you can always adjust the block if you need to. If the leg is floating, Bring it into a bend so that you feel a little more grounded. And then let's get some movement into this left side hip socket. Oh. Nice work. Now let's keep this left leg in and also bring your right leg in. So now we're just balanced here. Again, if you're not working on a block, you're just working on the ground, it's okay. Extend both of your legs up towards the sky. So you're in this like very nice passive block supported position. Let's get some circles into our ankles because we will be doing some single-legged balancing today. So let's get these bad boys warmed up. I'm just kind of giving them a little bit of separation and a little bit of circling. Cool. Now let's bring them into alignment with each other. And I want you to flex your feet as much as you can, trying to bring your toenails towards your face and then point the toes away from you. Feel the quadriceps turn on, the calf muscles turn on. Good. Flex your feet. And then point your feet. Very good. Flex your feet one more time for me and start to bend the knees as much as you can, bringing the knees close in towards your chest and then pushing away, almost like you're doing like a seated squat. Good. 2 more times like that. Bend into the knees and push away. Wow. 1 more time. The front of my shins are already feeling very awake. And then let's take the feet back down onto the ground. Push the feet into the ground, lift your hips, remove the block if you've got one there. And let's stay up right here into our bridge position. Try to walk your triceps a little bit closer together so that you're also lifting from your chest, your sternum, right? And if it feels like the right thing for you, you can find chest expansion underneath you. So there's a lot of things happening here in the body. Here's what I want you to think of. I want you to think about the inner thighs wrapping up to the sky, the outer thighs wrapping downwards. Recruit the glute. Elevate your heels nice and high like you're on some stilettos. Release the hands and roll down slow, one backbone at a time. Pick your feet up off the ground. Rock it into a twist over to your left-hand side. Good. Follow the knees with the chest. Press your right hand into the ground. Bring yourself all the way up to your seat. Let's make our way into a Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Sit up nice and tall. And with your exhale, fold forwards, opening up your back body. Whoa. My hips say good morning. And per usual in the morning, my hips also like to say, fuck you. Sorry, I know there's moms in the house. I don't know what, sorry, I promise I'm a great person despite my mouth. All right, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. Take your legs into hip width distance parallel and lift your heels up off of the ground. Yeah, so you're just on your little tippy toes. You've got really nice posture here. And then collapse the posture in the lower half of your body. Roll yourself all the way down. And bring the legs back into that reverse tabletop position. Arms come above the head. Rock the knees over to your right. Follow it with your chest. Left hand plants to the ground. Bring yourself all the way back up to your seat. And adjust back. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Good. Now feel a little elevation through the chest. I see Beatrice commenting. And fold back forwards. Oh dear. I'm sure you say, yo, my mom's rad. She loves you already or something like that because I feel like moms like me. We're cool with the moms, All right. Now bring yourself all the way back up. Plant the soles of the feet onto the ground, the entire foot. Hands come behind you, fingertips facing forward. Let's go into reverse tabletop position. Elevate your hips up to the sky. Now, I love this shape because I also get a really nice opening in the front of my shoulders and deltoids. And when I'm on the computer a lot, that spot gets like super ouchy. Yeah. Now let's bring our hips back down to the ground. Lengthen out your legs forward in front of you, totally straight. Elevate from the hip space and then move forwards. Good. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Now remember earlier we were talking about flexing and pointing the feet. Let's work on that one more time. Give me a nice big flex. Also get really active in your legs. And then do the opposite. Point your toes forward and see how that changes the stretch a little bit. Good. Reflex the feet. Walk yourself all the way up. Plant your hands by your side body. We're into Dandasana. We're going to do a little staff pose here. So I want you to push your hands into the ground. Flex your feet. Flex your legs so much. My heels are actually floating off of the ground. Woo! And then soften. Good. We're going to do that one more time. Flex, flex, flex. Everything engages. Good, and then soften. Now point your toes, walk the hands a little bit further back. If you want to play with it, elevate for your reverse plank. Open up through the chest. Allow the head, neck, and shoulders to fall back. You're just here for 3. Just here for 2. And 1, bring yourself all the way back. Okay, let's work through our very first type of power transition here. We're going to do a cross-legged rollover with the option to just sit off to one side. Bend into your knees, cross the legs, and adjust yourself into tabletop. Yeah? Know that you can always sit off to one side when you do this. Now let's work through our cat-cows. Reach your heart space forward, and then do the opposite of that, round and contract. I just had a feeling, Beatrice, you know? Good. Give me 2 more rounds of that cat-cow. And when you finish off, meet me in downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up to the sky. Nice. So you're creating that V shape, inverted, yeah? I'll just call it an A shape. That's way easier. Sit bones working up towards the sky. Now let's do a little bit of a pedal with the legs. Bend one knee and the other knee. Good, and then elongate through both of your legs. Elevate your heels nice and high. And rainbow the heels over to your left-hand side. So you're in a little downward facing dog on a tightrope, yeah? Think about trying to push your chest backwards so that you open up the right side of your body. This little work with the feet is going to be seen a lot during this class. Take it up and over to the other side. Yo, my left low back is angry today. Now rainbow the heels all the way back towards center. Elevate your heels nice and high. Bend your knees deep, look forward. Step to the top of the mat, right foot, and then left foot. Toes touch, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. And then take the hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Maybe you squeeze your butt cheeks and get a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way back down to the mat. Ardha, halfway lift, lengthen spine. Fold to plant, step back into a high plank. We're going to do our first chaturanga here today. Glide forward, option to tap knees to the ground or keep them up. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees, hug them in by side body. Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Stay there for a breath in. And stay there for a breath out. Now let's step forward with the left foot and then the right foot. Toes touching if you're cool with it, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Good, rise all the way up to standing. And take the hands to heart center. Sweep the arms back up to the sky. Maybe you get a little back bend. Again, squeeze the butt and inner thighs. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way back down. Ardha, halfway lift. Fold to plant, step back, and remember, what foot did you step back with before? Probably your dominant one. Try to go non-dominant. Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. We're gonna do another round, but this time we're going to do a little hop forward. Now to prep our arms for a hop forward, we're gonna do a couple of shifts forward and back from high plank planche into down dog. Arms straight, press forward, grip into the fingertips, and push back. Good, keep going just like that. So think of every time jumping forward, your fingers are acting like your brake system, yeah? They're the things that are preventing you from toppling forward. Good, now the next time you move backwards, bend into your knees, and then take a little hop, gripping into the fingertips to stop you. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands by heart center. One more time, back bend, lift the chest, take it all the way back. And forward fold, take it down to the mat. Good, halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga, option here to jump back. Bend into the knees. Both feet to the back, bend your elbows at the same time. Upward facing. And then downward facing dog. Now place both of your knees wide onto your mat, big toes touch, and just look forward for a second here as you get an opener into the hips, yeah, with your fingertips on the ground. Every time you're working those jump backs here, think of it as the same mechanics as when you go forwards, yeah? Gripping into the fingertips is what's going to help you slow down your momentum, yeah? Good, let's get a little side body stretch. Walk your hands over to your left. And take them back to center and over to the right. Good, walk them back to center. Quickly notice if that block that we used earlier is off to your side, and let's place it to the front of your mat if it isn't already. We'll pop back forward into tabletop to adjust our knees underneath us, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, and let's spend 5 breaths there together. Full complete inhalations and exhalations. I want you to use the capacity of your lungs. Yeah, I saw some quote recently that somebody was like, when we're breathing naturally, like just with our intuition, the way we breathe automatically, is just enough so that we don't die. So here, when we're doing yoga, we're trying to manipulate our breath to our benefit. 2 more. Anchor your left foot onto the ground. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Good. Notice if you're opening the hip at all. It's not a crime, but I do want you to try to square that hip down. Now notice I've got a pointed right toe. Maintain that point. Pull the right knee in towards the chest. Get a big squeeze there. Good. Now just extend the right leg behind you. Stay in the high plank. Flex the foot and try to step through into a low lunge. That was hard. Grab your blocks. Frame the right foot with them. And try to bring your left knee down to the ground, opening up the front left body. So that hip flexor is what's getting some space in this shape. Breath in. Exhale, lengthen out through your right leg, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Good. Inhale, bend into the front knee, open up front body. And with your exhale, lengthen out the right leg. We're going to do that one more time. Good. Now bring your right knee back into a bend. And I'm going to have you walk your blocks back even further. Good. So right about in alignment with where your hips are at. If you're not on blocks, your arms are just going to be hanging down by your side, or maybe they kind of graze the ground. It's a lot more extreme like that. I want you to tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and try to hold here, opening up through your chest space. Cycle of breath in. And with your exhale, lean forward and lengthen out through the right leg, pulling your toes towards your face. Yeah. Now rebend into the front knee, walk your blocks forward, and step into your supported warrior 3 position. Good. Pull the left knee in towards your chest and create a cat back, round and press into blocks. If you're not on blocks, you're just bringing hands onto the ground here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Now, if you do have your hands on the ground, it's going to be a challenge to not go into like a standing split. Yeah. I want you to try to resist that a little bit. Think about just extending the leg towards the back. Last 2. Nice. Last 1. Meet me with that contraction. Yeah. Lower your left foot down to the ground. Lengthen out the spine like a halfway lift and reach all the way up to the sky, bringing hands towards heart center. Lift up your left leg. Externally rotate the leg. Yee. Create your tree position, sole of the foot to the right inner thigh, or down below the knee, all the way down to the ankle, or even on the ground. Yeah? All of these can be your tree positions. Balance is weird today. We're going to take 2 breaths. Let's take this left leg back in front of you. And then let's step it, not all the way as deep as you can, but just about 1 big extension away. Flatten the entire left foot to the ground and let it turn out at about 30 degrees. I'm going to walk my right foot a little forward. We're getting set up for warrior 1. I want to think of my hips and shoulders going in the same direction and arms coming up overhead. Yeah? So any little adjustments you need to do to get there. Woo. Take an inhale. With your exhale, take your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, press the palms, lift your chest. Take a big inhale. Exhale, humble it. Take right shoulder down towards your right thigh. Now resist the urge to swing your booty out to the right hand side. Think about everything squeezing into the center line. I know this is a lot on the hips and the inner thighs, but sometimes I'm a lot to handle just by myself. So it's okay that we're here together. All right, let's bring it all the way back up. Listen. Sweep the arms. Square off on the back hip by lifting up the heel, taking a big bend into your knee. Dip the knee all the way down to the ground. Take a twist. Left elbow to your right thigh. Press that elbow into the thigh and think about looking behind you. Cycle of breath in. Cycle of breath out. Good. Look down at your right foot. Plant your left hand to the ground, about half a foot away from that foot. Spin on your left knee. Extend your right leg towards the back of your space, just like you're, kicking something away. Pull the right knee in towards your butt cheeks. Grab the top of the foot. Good. Now try to give that foot a little kick behind you. We're not trying to kick up, right? We're trying to kick back. We're trying to open up the front line of the body. Plus, this is a really nice opener for the front of your chest and right shoulder. Awesome. Let's release that foot, bring it all the way to the ground, and square yourself off to the front of your mat. Now, this next little move is a little intense on the knee, so I'm actually going to fold my mat in and give myself a little extra padding that way. Hands are on asymmetrical surfaces, but we just have to deal with that shit, okay? Lift up your right leg, and I want you to take a chaturanga and press back up. This is going to be one of our warm-ups for doing our ekapada or single-legged chaturanga. Last 3. Ooh, this is hard. 2. Last 1. Tuck that right toe, make some space, and press back into your downward facing dog. All right. Let's do all those party moves on the other side. Lift up your left leg and point through the toe. Point. Yeah. Take an inhale. With your exhale, shift forward. Pull the knee in towards your nose. Now stay in this position. Extend the leg back. Flex the foot. Pull it back in. Step it through. I like to make a noise when I do it. It just helps me. Grab your blocks. Lower your right knee down. This is a safe place. Okay, so we're going to work through, again, front body, back body. Y'all know the drill. Opening up your chest. Ooh. And then lengthening out through the left leg, pulling toes back towards your face. My left side, always so much angrier. Rebend into the front knee, open chest. And exhale, pull it back. Good, a couple more just like that. Keep moving. Now, the next time you're in this bent leg position in the front, let's walk the blocks back a bit. Again, if you're not on blocks, you're just trying to get them spirit fingers close to the ground. Let's tuck the back toe. Here we go. Lift it, lengthen forward, and pull that left leg long. So a lot of pelvic control. Now, if you just noticed, open hip versus closed hip. Try to close that hip down for me, okay? Rebend into your front knee, walk the blocks forward. Lift up into your supported Vira 3 position. Now let's do those little flamingo curls, yeah? Pull the right knee in towards the chest, push into blocks, and lengthen back out. Now when I lengthen, I like to bring a little bend into my standing leg. I like it. One more little curl in. Ooh. And then let's lower your right foot down to the ground. Now create your halfway lift and rise all the way up to standing. Hands to heart center, right leg lifts up. Externally rotate this right leg and create your tree position. Sole the foot along the inseam of the leg, wherever that is. Now I know tree pose for some feels really easy, but there's ways to make it feel harder. Really work on the external rotation of the right leg. Use your glute, yeah? To me, stretching is more effective when we are activating our muscles to help us do that. One more breath. Take this right leg in front of you. Yeah. And then let's step it a good amount of way towards the back of our space. We're setting up for our warrior 1 again. So get your right heel down towards the earth. Oh, it just feels different on this side. Now think I'm pressing into outer edge of my back foot, but I'm trusting into this left heel. Yeah, 90 degrees. Arms working above you. Think about hips and chest working to the front of your space. Okay? Now take the hands behind you. Press the palms, interlace, lift your chest, breath in. Exhale, humble it. Taking the left shoulder towards the thigh. Now, moving forward like this doesn't mean disengage your back foot. Try to keep all that there. Yeah, let's bring it all the way back up. Square off on your back foot. Lower the right knee down to the ground. Take a twist. Right elbow to left thigh. Push into that thigh, rotate, and try to look behind you. What's up back there? Twists make me feel hot and spicy. I don't know about you. Now, let's look down. I almost said look back at it, but we were looking back at it. So let's look down at it. Place your right hand down onto the ground. Spin on the right knee and extend your left leg behind you. Waka. Already feeling a cramp in that hip, so let's bend the left knee. Capture the top of the foot and kick the foot behind you, opening up your front body. So this is a modified version of partridge pose. She a tough bitch, okay? So if you're feeling a little off, don't be down on yourself. She mean, okay? Let's release the foot. And spin, replacing that left foot to the back. Now I patted up my knee. Let's do that. Lift her back up. And let's work through our single-legged pushes. Bend the elbows, push it back up. Good, 3 more. Damn, how is it already halfway through class? What the hell? Last one. Push it up and back, downward facing dog. Adjusting your mat, letting that settle in. Now let's walk ourselves to the back of our mat into a forward fold. A nice welcome break probably. Now you can just let the body front hang just like this. If you have a deeper variation you want to take, you can wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. You can go Pada Hastasana, Padas to your hastas, hands to feet. If you are doing this, think about the toes coming all the way up into your hip creases or your wrist creases. Jesus. My hormones got me a little dyslexic, okay? Now think about bending into the elbows, working deeper as that final option. Last 3. Last 2. Very last 1. Nice. If you've got hands underneath your feet, let's take them out. And let's soften into our knees and bring us all the way up to standing. Roll out the shoulders a few times. Good. Roll them forwards. And let's take some circles into our hips. So keep going on autopilot here. Listen up. We're going to start to work into these more intense and complicated power moves. Reverse your hips. We're going to move slow, which is going to make it more difficult. So if you need to jump ship quicker, it's all good with me, okay? Hands onto your hips, lift your chest. And with your exhale, fold all the way forwards. Elevate into a halfway lift. Let your hands find the ground and walk it forward into a high plank position. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Hip is square, point your toe. Pull your right knee to your right tricep, squeeze. Aha. Inhale, lift the right leg back up. Take the right knee to your left tricep, squeeze. Yeah. Inhale, take it back up. Keep it pointed. Shift yourself forward into a single-legged high plank. Ooh. Flex the foot. Pull it in, step it through low lunge. With or without your blocks, lower the left knee down to the ground. If you're on blocks, hands can stay on and we can work back through these half to your lunges. Or if you want to go a little bit harder, arms are up, lengthen, float them back. So a little more balance oriented, yeah? Last one like this. Good. We all meet back into a bend. Hands on hips, everyone. Yeah. Tuck the toes. Elevate the knees a couple inches. Now lift it all the way up. Straighten through the right leg. Hinge back forward. Hands on the ground. Flex the foot and pull back towards the face. Rebend into the front knee. Shift it forward. Standing split. Lift the left leg. Cat your back round, come all the way up to standing. Hands on the front of the shin bone, okay? We're not doing tree. Peace fingers, grab for the left big toe. Right hand on hip, stand tall. This is stage 1. Stage 2, kick the left foot forward any amount. Before straightening out this left leg all the way, try to retract your left shoulder blade. Good. So this is Padangusthasana A, Padangusthasana B. Open it out to the side. You're here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Take it back forwards in front of you. Bend into the knee, release. Big step to the back of your mat. Warrior 1, adjust the back heel, reach the arms up to the sky. Hands come behind you, interlace your fingers, lift your chest. Humble your warrior, take it down. Try to look back between the thighs, swinging the booty back to center. And then let's bring it all the way back up. Square into your high crescent. Bring the left knee all the way down towards the earth. Twist, hands to heart, left elbow, right thigh. If you want, elevate the left knee off the ground and twist deeper. If you have something like binds in your practice and want to work really deep, you can go half, you can go full. I like to create a little gable grip or an S grip, and I just interlace my fingers or interlock them. Nice. Now look down between the toes. Left hand comes onto the ground. Vashisthasana side plank. Notice how the feet pivoted. Right foot steps back. Arm up. Option to place your left knee down. Good. Last 3. Last 2. On 1, my offering is to lift the right foot, square off into a single-legged plank. High to mid Ekapada Chaturanga. Replace both tops of the feet, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Woo. So good, everyone. Let's do this all on the other side. Lift your left leg. Pointed toe, left knee, left tricep. Lift it back up. Left knee, right tricep. Lift it back up. Glide forward into your high plank, single-legged. Flex the foot, pull it in. Step it through, low lunge. With or without the blocks. Again, this is you if you're blocks. Without, arms up and floating back. Let's go. We've got a couple more. Keep working. Even though I'm sweating. Whoa. Good. Rebending. Tuck back toe. Lift back knee a couple inches. This is very active, very deep. Okay. Lengthen through the front leg. Hands onto the ground. Pull the toes towards your face. Square hip. Rebend into your front knee, standing split. Now pull the right knee in and rise all the way up to standing. Yo, that's a toughie. Yeah, that getting up to standing transition, brutal. Hands on the front shin bone. Sometimes I forget that I'm also doing class and I need to like look in one place and not just at all of you. Okay, now hand on hip, right hand on big toe. Try to get as tall as you can. This is level 1, which is a very hard level to be at. Right foot can work. Retract the shoulder. Maybe full extension. So good. Maybe you take it out to the side. Padangusthasana B. Hold for 3. For 2. And 1. Take it back in front of you. Bend and release. Take it back. Eee! Warrior 1. Hands come behind you. Interlace the fingers. Lift the chest. Vira 1. Humbled. Again, trying to look between your thighs. Squaring off everything. Elevate, my loves. Sweeping arms up to sky. Square off the hip and lower it down, just like you're taking an escalator. Hands to heart, take your twist. Maybe you stay right here in the twist. Maybe this back knee lifts up and you work deeper, okay? Deeper can look like a half bind. It can also look like a full bind. When I'm binding, I have to work extra hard to square off. Nice, look down at the foot. Take the right hand there. Vashisthasana, side plank, smart feet, yeah? Pivot, boom. Oh, yeah, don't forget, right knee can work down too if you need that, because it's a lot on the wrist. Last 3, 2, elevate this left foot on 1. Nice. Take it into a single-legged high plank, high to mid. Upward facing, both tops of the feet reconnect once you get there. Exhale, downward facing dog. Child's pose, knees to the ground, my loves. Sit back into it. Forehead to the mat, rock it side to side. If this doesn't feel safe for you, you can rest in a kneeling position too. Woo! All right. You guys are doing so good. All we have is one more flow to do with all of our little bells and whistles on it. It'll be fun. Don't worry, it'll be fun, she says. All right. Let's try something fun, shall we? So we got into this position from a tabletop, yeah? I want you to pull your hands back like at least halfway and adjust your knees so that they're right behind your wrist, tucking your toes. Now lift up into a floating tabletop position, lean forward, push back. Yeah. Let's take it back. Woo. I know it's so hard. Push back. Catch yourself. Yeah, one more time. Push and forward fold. Yeah. Good. Soften your knees. Roll it all the way up to standing. And let's take all of our weight into our right foot. Now, one shape I really wanted to get into today was dancer's pose, Natharanjasana. We haven't done it in a hot second. So let's bend your left leg, just like your little flamingo, yeah? Kicking your left heel towards your butt, reach your left arm down and turn so that your palms open. Collect to the inside of the ankle. Right hand can be at heart center. Lengthen the tailbone down. That's like the beginning of this shape. Now kick this leg into the hand. And when you got no more kick, then feel yourself lean forward. Try to look at a fixed object. Right arm can grow out of you if you feel ready for it. Try to square the left hip down. You're here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Woo! Oh my God, did you survive? You didn't fall down? Or at least fall all the way down onto the ground? Me too. All right, let's do the other side. Lean into that left foot. Bring the right heel in towards your butt. Right hand opens. Man, my balance is funky today. Inside of the ankle. Ooh. I like to start with my hand at heart center just to make sure I'm squared off, yeah? This is like my tracking beacon right here. Now kick the foot into the hand till you got no more kick. Then start to lean forward without opening up too hard. Once I'm all out of kick and lift, then I grow my left arm. Ooh. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back up. And shake that out a little bit. So good. You guys, here we go. We've got our last round of flow to do. Reach the arms up to the sky. And forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. And then walk it forwards into a downward facing dog. Yeah. All right, right leg lifts. Square hip, tap right knee to right tricep. Listen, flex your right foot. Try to tap right big toe to right wrist without touching the foot to the ground. Ah! Lift it back up to sky, point the toe. Right knee, left tricep. Now look out to that direction. Roll to inside edge of left foot. Extend out the right leg. It can touch the ground. Left arm reaches up to sky. Return left hand to the ground. See if you can lift up this right foot. Notice how I'm on my back toes? Lift it back up to sky. Ooh, my inner thigh was pissed about that. Big step through, low lunge. Left knee comes down to the ground. Lift up through the chest. And with your exhale, half split. Now, if you're feeling like a full split kind of day, let's go for it, yeah? You can stay right here to feel this out, okay? If you want to work to your full Hanuman, you can walk the leg forward. Sometimes I get to a certain spot and then I tuck my back toe to work myself down. So we're going to spend a little time here, and I'm going to offer up something a little strange because it really wouldn't be a Tracy Lynn class without a little bit of strangeness, yeah? Fold it forwards. And if you're down on the ground with me here, I'm going to offer you up a floating split. My back toe tucks. I'm going to try to get my hands underneath my calf where my Achilles is. I'm going to press into my elbows and lift up my back knee and my foot. So this is very over-splitty. Point that front toe. Yee. For 3. For 2. And 1. Wherever you are, let's bring it back. So if you're in your half split, rebend into your front knee. If you're in your front split, bring it back into your back knee. And from here, we're going to go straight into our warrior 1. Lift, adjust, elevate your arms. Nice. Hands come behind you, interlace the fingers, lift the chest. One humble warrior. Now from this position, we're going to work into single-legged mountain. Look towards the top of your mat. Square off, release the arms. Push off of the back leg. Lift yourself all the way up. You guys, so good. Try to collect the leg. Can you grab the toe? Give it a little kick. Take it out to the side. Nice. Take it back to center. Ugh, one of my least favorites. Hinge forward. Try to take your upper body close to the leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. Left leg steps to back of mat. Lower the left knee all the way down. And twist. Left elbow to the right thigh. Get your rotation. Maybe you lift up. Again, maybe you bind. Now look down at the ground. Left hand touches. Vashisthasana your way. Know if you want, you can grab the front toe, kicking the leg up towards the sky. Sometimes I like to take this transition even into a split, squaring off towards the front. You take a moment to float, then you bring it down to the ground. Yeah. You guys, it's insane. Now, wherever you are, let it go. Again, you can work through your Ekapada Chaturanga. Upward facing. And downward facing dog. Let's work the other side. Left leg lifts. Left knee, left tricep. You're so close. Hold it right there. Flex your left foot. Tap it to the wrist. Ugh. Lift it back up. Left knee, right tricep. See to the side of your space. Roll inside foot. Lengthen out the leg. Lift your hips up to sky. All of this side plank stuff is so good, especially if you have asymmetry, scoliosis. Any of those things will help you balance. Bring it back to the ground. Square. Try to lift your left leg. Elevate it back up to sky. Need to know, step it through low lunge. Get a little opener. And then work into your half split. If you did full split, work your full split. Now we did this transition on the other side for my friends that are close to the ground. Working forwards, floating split, tucking the toe, collecting the hands underneath the thigh, and lifting. Eesh. I know. Three, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Let's transition back into our low lunge. And we're going to go straight into our warrior 1. So lift up the back knee, adjust. Arms up. Hands behind you, interlace. Humble your warrior. Let's transition single-legged mountain. Square off, release the arms. All the way up single-legged. Grab the toe, kick it out. Take it out to the side. And then back in front of you. Here we go. I know we don't like this one. Work forwards. So gnarly on the butt. Oof. Good. All the way back up. Release. Big step to the back. Take your right knee down, twist. If you work that deeper twist on the other side, make it happen. Good. Return your right hand to the ground. Our very last side plank, whatever you did on the other side, let's go for it. Yeah. And if you tried that split thing from here, ooh. Ooh. I almost died doing it. Yeah. It's whatever you want to do, because this is basically it. Release it. Move through your last high to mid plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. So good. One final thing, everyone. Step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee to the ground. Lengthen out through your right leg, but keep going all the way back until you come down to your seat. Nice. Sit off to one side. Move your calf flesh out of your way. Now, this is a very tough position to be in. Know that if your knees are a bit compromised, you can always stay off to one side and reduce how intense that bend is, okay? If you're feeling me and you're still rocking with me, bring this right leg in. Flex your right foot hard. Scoop underneath the foot. Lift up the right leg. Any little amount, okay? Maybe you point and try to work face to shin. Easier said than done. And I know we're going over our hour, but this is the mood I'm in today. Good, let's release that leg back down. Let's all lean off to one side. Undo that knee, open up the hip. Take it forwards. For an extra and very weird forward fold here, point the left toe and sit all the way onto your heel, almost like you're sitting on a tiny bicycle seat. The heel is going between your butthole and your genitals, whatever you got. That's just what it is, okay? There's a technical term, perineum. Yeah, it's perineum. That's what it's called. Let's walk ourselves back up. If you're on the tiny bicycle seat, come off of it and bring both of your knees into a bend in front of you. Now, remember earlier, we practiced rolling over our shin bones. Cross, roll. You can also lengthen out, working through chattas. Yeah, I'll go through that again. Cross, roll, hands in front, uncross, down. and into downward facing dog. So good. Here we go. Last thing ever, okay? Left foot steps, right knee lowers. Lengthen the left leg and keep going all the way back. Moving the right calf flesh out of your way. Or leaning all the way off to one side. Now, know if you're leaning off to one side, you're not going to do the leg up thing, okay? Doesn't make sense. Trying to get this opening into the quad. Left leg into a bend, bottom of the foot. Long spine. Let's see about lifting this puppy up. Ooh. Ooh. This left side is always so angry. Return it back to the ground. Let's all lean off to one side so that we can unhook this right leg and either sole the foot to inner thigh, Janu Shirshasana, or tiny bicycle seat. Oh. It's also a really nice stretch for the foot. If you see my little toe underneath my butt. Let's bring ourselves back. If you're on the heel, we'll lengthen the legs back in front of us. And if you want to roll through and do another chaturanga, you can. Or if you're absolutely sick of my shit, then let's bring ourselves all the way down onto our backs. I know if you're doing that little jump through thing too, to get your way back onto your back, you can do an Ashtanga style jump through. I don't even know if I have it for me today, but remember fingers becoming your grips. Lift. And through. That's the best I can do. We didn't do any handstand shit. I'm not ready. All right, lengthen out your legs nice and long. And I want you to assess here top to bottom what your body needs, if it needs anything to finish off this class. That can look like twists. That can look like happy baby, some nice hip opening. Perhaps with all this really nice front body opening, you feel like it's appropriate to go for another bridge, or even you're feeling confident enough to do a wheel. So I always like to start my wheel with my hips up first, yeah? Hands come above my shoulders, fingertips facing the shoulders. Pop up to crown of head, or push yourself all the way up and through. Oh. Once you feel like you've hit all those bases, Let's bring ourselves into our final shape. In yoga, I think of this last shape, your Savasana shape, which can really be anything you want it to be, as the opportunity to absorb all the things your body just did. Into a space of acceptance for what happened and what didn't happen. Let your breath fall into a natural rhythm. Eyes to get heavy and taking the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Now let's deepen our breath together. Roll yourself off to one side. And let's bring ourselves all the way up to a seated position. Place your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your belly. Knowing that everything that is underneath your palms is magical, is amazing, is worthy, is love. I am so honored for the privilege of moving your body this morning, this afternoon, this evening. Thank you. And thank you to everyone that stuck through. I know that was a really tough class. Whew, amazing job. Thank you, Beatrice. And Tess, I just saw your question. Yeah, I don't mind at all. Yeah, feel free to use a playlist. I'm happy to provide that. Thank you, everyone. Good, Gemma. Yes. Yeah, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks, Stephanie. Ooh, yes, Miss Shayla. She was a spicy one. I guess that's what my body needed today. Yes, and other Shayla. Yeah, same. I'm like at the tail end of my cycle, so that's kind of what I needed to like twist and shout a little bit. Oh, there we go. Now I can see the screen better. Yeah, to everyone that stuck through that class, holy shit, good job. That was rough and that was tough. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, next week, we're going to do this like same time, but we're going to do a bunch of prep for external rotations. So on May 1st, which is a Saturday, not a Friday, I know usually I do Friday night classes, but I wanted to do a Saturday afternoon my time so that my European people can join me too. So it'll be a Saturday night. I think y'all are still in lockdown, so I don't think you'll mind. But it's going to be like a power flow with inversions, and we're going to do some really big hip openers that will require a lot of prep. So we're going to really prep and go through those things next Monday. So I hope I see you then. You're welcome, Melissa, and you're welcome, Beatrice. So glad. It's pretty amazing how even just a class can help back pain so much. Maheli, thank you. Are you in Brazil? Obrigada. Oh, so cool. It's like an international love fest in here. Did I do okay pronunciation? I hope so. Yeah, Beatrice, who's in the chat, she's all the way in Portugal. Wait, right? Yes. One of my aunties lived in Brazil for a very long time. Yeah, she lived in Brazil and she's completely fluent in Portuguese, but she can pick up language. I'm a little jealous of that ability. I'm like, could I remember yoga flows the same way I do languages? That would be so cool. Like, people that are multilingual are so cool. Yeah, you're down for Power Mondays, Jen? Maybe we'll start that in May. We'll just switch it up. We'll keep it still very accessible for everyone. So if you're like, oh no, I'm scared, like we'll keep it accessible. But I think it'd be just fun to switch it up. And maybe I'll do like more pre-recorded intro classes instead. Just for some variety. Well, I hope you all have like a really gorgeous day. Okay, yeah, no classes till May in the UK. Oh, you're a PT test? Cool. Yes. Now I'm like extra nervous about my anatomical terms. Anytime I have a PT or like an ortho doctor, I'm like, ah. I try to study as much as I can. I was actually looking into going back to school and becoming a PT, but I would have to go back for some sciences. And I'm like, I just paid off all my student debt from my 4-year. So I'm like, damn. Uniquely American problem, huh? Student debt. Yes, thank you for the Brazilian energy. Yeah, like the closest thing I've got to knowing Brazilian stuff is like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I love doing jujitsu, but I haven't been able to do jujitsu through this whole quarantine. So I'm like, I feel like I'm back to like beginning white belt all over again. I need to get some like mats, and then me and my boyfriend, my fiance, will practice. Yeah, it is. And if you do yoga and jujitsu, you're lethal. But it's a lot of the same movements, you guys. Bridges, binds. Yes. All right, my dears. I am going to tend to some things around the house, put up some dishes, run to the store, get toilet paper and paper towels. But thank you for spending part of your day with me. Thank you for spending your morning, your afternoon, your evening. I don't know what time it is in Brazil, but you're so welcome, Maheli. Yeah, I hope I get to see you again. It'd be awesome. Okay, yeah. Okay, Tess, I feel better about that. Yeah, bendy power lifters, that's like a triple threat. My old contortion coach, actually, my coach David, he would like bust out a like 350-pound squat and then drop into like his splits. He was crazy. So it's possible. Rehab and strength coach, cool. No, you're good. We're all learning together, right? Yeah, you're so welcome. All right, sweeties, I'm going to close the stream. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Wednesday, we're doing some drills and conditioning at night with our resistance band. So we're going to work on getting our butts on and active. So it'll just be a 45-minute class. That'll happen at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard, 7 o'clock Eastern. And then I think it's a little too, it's like midnight for Europe, but maybe you're a night owl. I don't know. So maybe I'll see you Wednesday. I'll put out a recording on Friday. And then don't forget, next Saturday, May 1st, we'll do our Power Flow with inversions. But have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much. Besos. Besitos. Bisous, if you speak French. And I don't know kisses in Portuguese, but I'm sure my Portuguese babes in here will teach me. All right, darlings, I'll see you next time.